For the first time in a dozen years, Lady Lex takes center stage in the round of regionals as district champions, making their first appearance since 2010. Standing in their way, though, the number one team in the state, unbeaten and relatively unchallenged Copley, who enters the match with a dominating resume, definitely worthy of their number one ranking. It's live and free playoff soccer taking over your eyes and ears, and it's all on the way from Worcester. Next.
We are a church that gathers together, that builds up and reaches out. It grows together because we're all on a journey of faith. We don't slow down, give up, or rest. We don't stay within these walls. No, we pursue strategic impact in our world, in our communities, and it's not stopping anytime soon. So when we say we're a church that feels like family, we're not being exclusive. We're talking about you. At our church, you aren't just a number. We are for you. We are with you. You are invited to be a part of something bigger, something greater, something eternal, making a difference for the gospel alongside people who are for you. We aren't called to sit on the sidelines. We're called to join together to make Jesus known. Join us at Crossroads Church.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate.
Number one receiver coming from the Shelby Whippets, Isaiah Ramsey.
He's caught our attention over here, and we're certainly going to keep an eye on the Willard Flashes.
We will see you next week on the Stat Leaders brought to you by Spencer of Mansfield.
Good evening, folks. Welcome inside the Sutton Bank pregame. Alongside Travis Brady, I am Brian Skoronsky here at the fabulous Follis Field at Worcester High School. And I think we've got a really fun matchup here. Lady Lex, they've definitely been a feel-good story so far this season, but they've reached definitely the most challenging chapter of their journey so far, Trav. They got the state #1 team in Copley.
Absolutely, but Lexington, they are battle-tested. The last 3 times that they have played, they played against really good opponents, knocking off Madison in a shootout for a sectional championship, and then 2 state-ranked teams in Clear Fork coming from behind, and then that awesome win against Ontario for the district championship.
Yeah, we're taking a look at some of the highlights right now in that win over Ontario, the #1 seed, and like you mentioned, knocking off the 5-time defending district champions. Talking to some of the players after the win over Ontario, they definitely felt like that victory against the Lady Rams propelled them and gave them the confidence that they needed heading into that matchup with Ontario, a team that already beat them earlier in the season. But Lexington, they're a gritty, grinded-out type of squad, and that's why they were able to get it done with the game-winning goal coming courtesy of Jocelyn Patterson, the hero. Now she'll go down in Lexington lore for years to come. Travis, big-time stuff from her.
Absolutely, getting Buck Morton his first ever district championship as girls coach. But this is a Lexington team. They don't care the name on the other team's kit. It's just how they play their game, a defensive-minded game. They could play the Columbus Crew, and they wouldn't care. They just go out there to play. They play great defense, and that's why they're in this match, because of their defense.
Let's take a look at the season so far for Lexington. We'll break it down for you, let you see how Lady Lex has been able to get to this point in the season. I mean, they basically give up as many goals as they score, Travis, but you see the record. They've got 11 victories, just 5 losses, and with Buck Morton now taking them to the regionals for the first time as a coach here, I think that they got a lot to be happy about getting here, but they can't be satisfied just yet.
Yeah, and those 5 losses are to teams that they either faced, again, Ontario, or that are playing for district championships. Multiple teams that they lost to are still in the tournament, so it's not like those losses are to bad teams. They've lost to some very good competition, and they deserve to be here by the way they played.
Probably the best competition, though, that they are going to face this season. They're matching up with them right here and now, Copley and the Indians. What a crazy season so far for them, especially in the tournament, Trav. I mean, you just look at what this team's been able to do, all the shutouts. They've just given up 2 goals all season. That is a flat-out ridiculous mark. And, oh, by the way, they can beat you up with all their talented athletes that they have up top, almost 6 goals per contest. This, on paper, is definitely one of the better teams maybe in the history of the state of Ohio. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, you talk about Lexington defense being their game. Copley is the team, the defensive squad in Division II. That is why they are the #1 team in the state. It doesn't matter who you play. If your margin is 6-0, it just shows how great of a team they are, and only giving up 1 goal in the regular season and then 1 other goal in pretty much garbage time in the tournament. This team, I haven't seen a team like this before in Ohio high school soccer.
And you see all the goal scorers that they had in their district championship match, and boy, they really took care of Padua Franciscan. 8-0 in that match, Travis, and they outshot the Bears in that one 25-1.
Yeah, that's pretty darn good. Now, the one thing for Lexington is they've played better competition, I think, coming into here, playing state-ranked teams in their last 2 matches, while, Copley playing a 2-win team and then a 1-win team. But, it doesn't matter. This is such a good squad that will score on anybody that you throw up against.
And the defensive numbers for them, you talk about just giving up 2 goals all season. From chit-chatting down on the turf with some of the coaches over there, they just possess the ball so well that it doesn't actually put a lot of pressure on their defense. So it's one of those teams that their best defense actually is just how gifted they are on offense. Now, granted, they've got a solid goalkeeper. The back line, they does their job when they need to, Travis. But at the same time, when you can just hang on to the rock for 75% of the match and you're constantly moving up into the attacking third, you're going to have a lot of shutouts. That's why they've been able to do it. Only scored on twice all year.
Absolutely. Not only getting shots, but they may have an open look just inside the 18, but no, they'll take a couple extra dribbles. They want to get towards that penalty area before taking a shot. They will pepper you from up close, and that's why they've been so good. And they're very good at handling the ball as well, and just keeping it in that offensive zone to where you can't even get an offensive attack started against them.
So the keys to tonight's success for Copley, what are you going to go with, Trav?
For Copley, just keep doing what you're doing. Ride what's gotten you here. This is, like I said, a team that can just pepper you with shots and just take you out of your game, and that's what they need to do. Just keep doing what they have been doing. They're 18-0-1 for a reason. Why change now?
And I'm basically going to go with the same exact strategy for Lexington. Guess what? You played 3 tournament games. You've won them all by the exact same score with the exact same strategy. Just be you. Do what you do. Keep cool. Keep that alligator blood where you're just hanging around. You're hanging around, and then all of a sudden you hit them with a counter strike. And it doesn't matter that they've been outshot, I believe, in every tournament match so far up to this point. As long as you make yours count in the beautiful game, that is what decides the matches by the time it's all over.
And you know what, Brian? The last time a Lexington squad played a regional semifinal here, I believe we both were here when the Lexington boys took on number 1 Bay as immediately a foul.
Yeah, and it looked like a lot of ball there, too. So kind of a tough penalty right away here for Lexington, and Copley set up with a set piece just 20 seconds into the contest.
But as I was saying, Lexington were underdogs when the boys played here. They upset Bay and went to the state semifinal. Can Lexington get some of that magic tonight?
This one's going to sail well over top. So the first shot off target here for Copley.
But you'll see Lexington, I think, kind of take that strategy that the boys did against Bay a few years ago. Is they're going to play that defense. They're going to pack that box with a bunch of players, and if they can get a counterattack chance, they will take it. But you're going to see a lot of defense, as always, from Lady Lex.
Yeah, that's what they do. I mean, that's kind of been the consistent strategy so far throughout the season. I mean, you're talking about a team that, if you're not even scoring 2 goals per game, but you've won 11 times, clearly you're playing some solid defense and you're capitalizing when you need to. That has been the Lexington method so far up to this point. We'll see how that fares, though, against some competition here in Copley, where you'll see. I mean, these girls, they're so crafty. They work the ball. Got about 5-6 kids that can get into the attacking third, and they like to share it. You talked about it. They'll keep working and trying to generate the best possible shot they can. They don't like pulling up from distance if they can avoid it. So look for these kids to be patient and definitely maintain a lot of ball control. You'll see them with the rock a lot more than Lexington here tonight.
And just in the first 2 minutes, I'm already impressed with their ball control. Multiple nutmegs as they're dribbling down the field. That's going to be hard to defend.
Here's Emily Karakis. Flipping the field, punching it over to the other side. Karakis, what a dynamic playmaker she's been, definitely during the tournament. Coming off of back-to-back hat tricks. Also the best assist artist on the team. But Lexington coming away with the turnover, but they give it right back.
Yeah, it looked like Lex had something going, but not that many attackers up there with them compared to 5 Copley defenders.
Here's Ashley Karakis. Sets it up and just missing.
Wow.
Tried to find Emma Stransky making a big charge in the middle of the field.
I mean, just watch this replay just in front of her. That's a half a foot more towards her. That's probably 1-0.
Definitely beat the defender that time. Aubrey Coleman, so solid in the round of districts for Lexington. She's going to have one of her best performances of her career tonight.
And, I mean, I think it's safe to say Lexington is the underdog in this match, Brian, but they take that role. They love being the underdog role. And in any match, when you're the underdog, you just want to keep it close. You want to keep it, equal for most of the match. And as it goes on, the more time comes off the clock, the more confidence the team can get. So these first few minutes are pivotal for Lexington to see what they can do against this talented Copley offensive attack.
So far, 3.5 minutes in, no shots on target yet for Copley. Lexington basically been defending, living down here in this area. As Big Speed trying to turn the corner that time was Kate Young, and she's going to be cut off at the point of attack. as you see here on the Directions Credit Union replay.
Welcome Directions Credit Union as well. I think this is the first time we've had them on a live stream, so thank you for helping support high school sports live and free.
Big shout out to Rochelle and the crew over there at the Lexington branch hooking up with us today.
Always great when we get new people in here.
Give and go with that last pass from Gabby Nemzera. Didn't have anybody chase after it. But you see Copley kind of first to the ball here in a lot of these situations with the 50-50 opportunities. Lexington's going to have to find a little bit of extra pep in their step here tonight.
Now, I don't know if it's more Lexington does want to take a chance at playing the ball. They stay back more defensively. They keep them in front, or it's just, Copley has that speed. I don't know quite yet here early on, but
I think we're looking at a little bit of a combination.
Yeah.
If you're Lexington, you've done such a solid job of not allowing teams to really break inside your 18, though they do right here in a corner kick coming up after Ashley Karakis is able to go touchline.
Yeah, constantly here. And like we said, they want to get not only inside the 18, but towards that penalty box. And it's worked so far, and it's gotten them their first corner kick of the evening.
They had 5 of them in the district championship against Padua, 10 corner kicks in the district semifinal. Out. Tough to keep it on frame.
Yeah, and this is they just want to start getting shots on net, and Lexington's done a good job inside. Maybe that's something that will help out Lexington as well. If they can just pack it inside, they're going to force Copley to maybe take some more chances outside that comfort zone that they are used to, shooting the ball in.
Indians with a turnover. Lexington, nobody steps to it. And now Stransky fires, and it hits the crossbar. Right back to her, another shot, and this time it's off the crossbar and in. Copley taking an early lead.
And that's just straight, more will, wanting to shoot that more. Off the rebound, Copley just first to the ball. There was a few Lady Lex players just standing around, and they're able to take advantage and get it in there, 1-0. So the #1 team in the state, great start here in the 8th minute.
Yeah, big-time stuff so far from Copley in the offense, and it's been everything as advertised. They have dominated the time of possession, put together quite a few solid opportunities, and eventually you keep feeding the ball like that, Travis, that deep in enemy territory, you're going to find some big success, and they're able to get a big one right there. And so for Lexington, they played from behind a lot so far in the tournament, but they've been able to do this. Get McKenna Adderhole in the offense on some counterattack opportunities, and typically she's able to shake, bake, and she can produce some shots for them, but you're going to have to capitalize.
Absolutely, and this is where they're going to have to capitalize. You won't probably see Lexington too often in that attacking zone, so when you're in there, you got to have some good looks and some good chances, and that's not going to help.
Well, I think
slipped out of her hands.
I think they let her do it all over again.
I mean, it is a little slick out there after some rain earlier today, but
maybe submit that for the not top 10?
I don't want to do that to Lex, though.
Oh, I think Olivia would have a good attitude
true.
about it.
That's true.
Hey, making Sports Center's making Sports Center.
Hey, we've seen somebody else make Sports Center in a regional or state semifinal, and she's an all-ACC or all-SEC first teamer, Taylor Huff.
Yeah, congratulations to her, having a phenomenal season. And we just got to talk to some Lexington greatness last week during halftime of the match. The last team to actually beat Ontario, Lacey Bethay was a part of for Lexington back in 2019, and she joined us. And she's having a big career right now at her Pop's alma mater, Bowling Green. Yeah.
Playing some MAC soccer out there. Also, her dad in the football, not the football postseason with Mansfield Senior. They got a big home game coming up on Friday. And this isn't the only Lex football team we'll be covering this week, Brian.
This time, Worley drops to the knee and makes a nice save. And tomorrow, the boys got a big-time matchup. They're going to be going toe-to-toe with number 5 Lima Shawnee. That's a fun one. Top 10 matchup in Division II, and I think this is, the 4th straight season that they've met in tournament play now?
Yeah, it's just one of those tournament rivalries that we're starting to get to see. Is it 2-1 Lex?
Yes. Yes.
Because it was they beat them in the regional semis and then lost in that overtime, though, Howland? A couple years ago?
That is correct, yeah. That was an awesome match. Nice job threading that through. Now Lexington's starting to generate a few more bodies moving forward. But they're going to be turned away. They got to circle back to the defense. Big ball played to the outside, intended for Workman, but it's intercepted, and here comes Copley. They've got a 3-on-3.
And that's what they can't afford to do is get that counterattack going. That's why Lexington really hasn't taken many chances offensively yet. Give and go. No, it's saved.
One-timer there for Stransky. She's basically had all of the shots so far in this opening half for Copley. Coming off of a hat trick in the district championship match.
It's quite an accomplishment there. Not many players can get a hat trick in tournament play, especially once you get deeper into the tournament. A lot of ranked squads still left in Division II as well. This should make for a good Sweet 16 and on.
The winner of this match will move on to take on either number 10 St. Mary's Memorial or Maumee, who I believe are also playing tonight, aren't they, Travis?
Yep. I believe most regional semis are being played tonight, with the championships being played on Saturday. And if not, if anything isn't changed, this regional championship game will be played at Bowling Green High School.
That's right. Could be a doubleheader if Lexington were able to pull off an upset here, as this will certainly help a one-on-one with the keeper, and we're all square. The equalizer put away.
Wow! Lady Lex with the equalizer.
Just the 3rd goal allowed all season by Copley, and it's courtesy of Olivia Stutz. First shot.
That's all it takes is just one shot to get in there, and that's what we saw. I hate to keep bringing it up, but this is exactly what happened in that Lex Bay matchup too. An outmatched opponent, but it only takes 1 or 2 shots to get on the board. And Lady Lex has equalized this quick too, not allowing Copley to get some of that momentum back. Now they have to, see if they can hold him off defensively, because you're going to get Copley's best efforts here in the next couple of minutes, because they want to get back on the board.
So Lexington, being the opportunistic team that they have been the entire postseason, will need to continue to defend down at this end. But what a huge goal.
Absolutely, and it's only, 9 minutes since Copley got on the board first, too, so you're not letting them. It seemed like Coach Morton changed a little bit of their strategy, because they're playing solely defensive until that goal, and then after that, it's like he let the dogs loose, and it worked.
Coach Peter Tim would like to correct you and let you know that actually Lexington scored first in that match with Bay.
Oh, well.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't make for as good of a story then. That's right. It's been so long. I just know you guys upset Bay and then went to the state Final Four. I know that. This is why that's why I'm a volleyball guy, Brian. I don't remember half this stuff.
Oh, what a ball.
Great pass. Oh, went through her legs, though.
And Stutes, too. Did a nice job of recovering and just being able to stand her ground and beating away. I thought for sure that was going to be a one-on-one with the keeper, but Stransky didn't get the opportunity.
I think she kind of nutmegged herself on that.
Let's see here on the Directions Credit Union replay. Yeah, I think she whiffed it. I think you're right.
Also, shout out to Coach Pete. I'll be at the Mansfield Christian match, but best of luck tomorrow for you in Lexington. I'm rooting for you guys. I'll have it on. I'll have it on the backup stream when we get a couple breaks during our Mansfield Christian match. You know, another great through ball, but just out of the reach.
Yeah, this Stransky's got incredible speed and the acceleration too, just to be able to get there and win
nice
possession.
Save, though.
But Worley, she's been solid. That's save number 3 for her here in the early goings.
And you saw her run to the ball. She didn't let anybody get in front of her. She went for the ball. She knows that nobody can collide with her inside that box. And she makes the save before Copley could get a body on it.
Got some substitutions.
I do remember that Bay match was in the pouring rain and cold.
Oh, yeah, I remember it. It actually wiped out one of my video screens on my camera. I had to send it in and get it fixed. So it was worth it for the highlight. And, hey, Coach Morton, if you mentioned it, they showed that highlight to their team as a little bit of inspiration.
Thanks to Coach Pete for sending that over to him. But, hey, any given night, if you get a couple bounces go your way, it could happen. That's why you play the game. That's why it's the beautiful game, because you never know what could happen.
I mean, look at the numbers right now. Copley's got 6 shots. They're kind of living down here at this end. Lexington, they've only produced 1, but it's the same score up on the board right now on our Bucks Bar and Grill scoreboard because as long as it doesn't go in the back of the net, of course, it doesn't count, Travis, and you just got to capitalize when you've got your best opportunity so far. Lex only has 1.
A little collision over there, no call, but Lexington will get the throw in. Referee's letting them play. I like that, though, on some of these, calls that could be ticky-tack during a regular season. These referees are interregional for a reason, and they're going to let these squads play. Unless it's blatant.
And I think, we got 5 referees out here tonight?
Yeah, well, I was talking to somebody before the match, too. It's because the benches are on opposite sides, so you need one on each side of the 50 for substitution purposes, and then 3 others.
Nice. So, yeah, a lot of the regular season matches, we were struggling just to get 2 officials out there. And, hey, big ups to the referees in North Central Ohio. Dude, I talked to so many. I mean, they were doing a match at 5, and then they were hustling across town and doing another one at 7. There's a lot of work for them.
Yeah. And to also, put up with everything else that goes on with being a referee, you got to give a big shout-out to those guys that continue to allow everybody to play these matches. If you want to be a ref, I believe the OHSA website, anybody can sign up and take some classes and help out these high schoolers. Allow them to play. I know there's some teams didn't get their full JV schedules in because they couldn't find refs.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And it looks like, according to our fan zone, that we've got a birthday girl protecting the net tonight for Lexington. So what a big present it would be for Molly Worley.
Right through. A little too far, though.
Off a couple deflections. Settles down at the feet. And now it's going to be taken away by Lexington.
That was a great job, not just trying to kick it away. We're able to get it to their feet and dribble out before clearing it. Avoided disaster there.
Heavy touch there from Allie Arnold. And now it ends up in Lexington's possession. Pushing it through the midfield. And a turnover here, yeah. So a 3-on-5, though. Lexington, they're packing it in defensively. They're going to make this Copley team earn it. Another setup, Stransky. Sets it up for her left foot, and Molly can't squeeze it. Copley goes back on top.
Great way to switch feet and immediately shoot a cannon at the goal to give Copley the lead back. Just watch this replay, Brian. Going from right, left, and then bam, through traffic.
And Molly Worley is going to be thinking about that one for a while. Hopefully not in this match.
That's a tough one to give up.
Got to have that amnesia as a keeper. Just work through it. One more look on the Directions Credit Union replay. I mean, that's just a 6 setup. No chance there for Zoe Morris. I mean, she was just like stuck in concrete. And the big shot, Molly definitely should have had that one. I mean, 9 times out of 10, probably more like 9.5.
She went for the grab instead of just the knockdown. And it cost her. So once again, Lex from behind, but it's only 2-1.
Big ball is going to make its way here to this side for Karakis. Trying to keep it in the field of play. It's going to result in a goal kick. And for the Indians coming in to the stadium tonight, they had a pretty cool vibe, man. They do some dance moves to get warmed up, and it's all like military style. They're like in sequence. On cue, and it was to Footloose, is that right?
Yeah. It's like Mohawk at their prom. Just get the line dances going, and they're all in sync.
Yeah, they hit it, and it caught the attention of Lexington.
Yeah, it did. Coach Morton saying, they're running in here like Remember the Titans. Sorrowfully, I guess that movie is out of date for these younger players because nobody knew what that meant.
Yeah, we watched that as pump-up at two-a-days back in my high school days, but all the girls kind of looked at Coach Morton like, what is Remember the Who?
Too much YouTube and TikTok now. They don't know the good stuff.
They don't even watch movies.
Yeah, I know. Get off my lawn.
Too long for them. Can't hold their attention. They just end up playing with their phone.
This is true. Good movie though. That and I was a Friday Night Lights guy.
Oh yeah.
Great through ball.
Karakis. Again, just about half step behind. Like the idea, though, and you're right, that another good-looking ball down to that corner. Just didn't have the speed to get a good lick on it in time. And she's made a couple of nice runs. We're going to see Emily check out. Zara Warford in for the first time, I believe, tonight.
And we've seen Lady Lex, a lot of matches this year trail by 1. It's going down 2 is what could hurt them. Oh, that could have been it right there.
Almost the announcer's curse from Berardi. Nobody does it more than Beraldo.
That's in volleyball, though. Thankfully, it didn't switch over to the soccer side of things.
Very close. Tiptoeing the line right there, Trav. And this Stransky having a heck of a performance so far. 20 minutes into the match. She's got both goals up to this point for Copley. And of their 8 shots, I believe she has blasted 6 of them. So clearly, this is the girl they're looking for.
She doesn't need that much separation from defenders either to get the shot off, as we saw with that second goal. But for Lexington, just keep it at 1. They've shown they can already, when they get possession, they can get it to the back of the net.
This is the first time in tournament so far that Lexington has allowed more than 1 goal in a match, winning 2-1 in their previous 3 so far.
And we've had our second slippage of a throw-in for Lexington as well there.
Who would have thought we needed to start tracking that stat?
Somehow that stayed in. That looked like it was just cleared out of bounds, but it went all the way downfield, and Lexington had to throw in.
Big ball down the far side, taken by Aubrey. Skransky there for a couple of deflections, and just always working. You see that engine, it's just typically, it's revved. Number 7 always on the move.
that's I think she should have let that go. That would have been a corner for Copley.
Yeah, there was an interesting decision that time by Warford. Tried to make a play. She did have a couple of her friends backtracking in the equation, but at the same time, corner kicks have been solid for the Indians all season. So probably would have favored just getting that set piece. You're probably right. Another ball, one out of the air here by Emma. See if she goes to the corner, brings it back to the right foot. Big cross, and she finds her teammate.
Offsides, though.
Yeah, it looked like Zara was about a step off.
But you see her anywhere inside the 25-yard line on the football field, she'll get it towards the net. Might not be a shot, but it'll be a pass. She can find anybody down there. It doesn't matter how many defenders are in there. She has great field vision.
So off the restart. Big heavy touch there by Parker. Lexington maintains, at least for now. See how quickly the Copley defense, I mean, they get you in a hurry. They want that ball, and they want it all the time, man. They don't like sharing.
Yeah, and inside the 40s as well. Lexington only once has won inside there, and it led to a goal. Other than that, Copley has just shut things down. It's like they put a wall down at midfield.
Of the 24 minutes, Copley probably has possessed for about, 19 of them, Trav?
Yeah, easily. Easily. This is a big possession advantage for Copley.
Arnold again!
My. Did you see that thing curve?
Right into the back of the net as Molly couldn't squeeze a second. And now it's a 2-goal differential.
And this is where Lady Lex did not want to be. As you look, it went towards the outside post and then curved back in and completely threw her off. And it's 3-1.
Yeah, that was great. It almost had a little bit of a hooking motion at first, and then it sliced back against the grain, and Molly just didn't get a good read on it. Look at that.
Yeah.
Great bend. You're right.
And the Copley fans, they're saying they're going to get 10 tonight.
So they're going for 10, and they're looking to move on in the tournament on the horizon. This is what you're looking at in the regional round for Division II, Maumee and St. Mary's Memorial. Going head-to-head right now. The winner here tonight going to be taking on the winner of that match. And then over on the other side, we've got a couple of interesting matchups. Canfield and Bay. And then Hopen still lurking out there as well.
And I don't know what he had a stoppage for. I think somebody's getting yelled at over on the Copley side.
Fans getting a little bit ruthless down there on the fence line.
Lady Lex, they got another chance here. Get the back within one.
Yeah, that's their only second time really down in enemy territory. Big lob. Workman turned away from it. It's going to settle, though, here with Lexington. But they're going to turn it over.
Yeah, just a bad misplay there. Maybe a bad bounce. Gave it right back to Copley. Great pass.
Ball by Young. And Stransky, the hat trick in the opening half.
Wow. She is so good. So good. This is why they are the #1 team in Division II right here, folks.
Less than a minute in between goals here. And that is going to make the highlight reel for Emma Stransky. The senior midfielder doing it all. Dazzling performance and display so far. And if you're Lady Lex, 3-goal differential now, got to try to keep your head up, play through this, and just keep working as you have been for those counterattacks.
55 minutes still left here. But they're going to have to take some chances, but not, throw the whole kitchen sink at Copley, because that could turn into, a landslide the other way.
This ball played through the middle now by Borowitz.
Triple team, just nothing there.
All the defenders converging. So the Lexington counter doesn't last long. That's kind of been the storyline so far here in this one.
Still just one shot for Lexington, correct?
Just one shot and one goal.
And you're just seeing Copley at midfield this time, finally won by Lexington, but they're always first to the ball there on those long kicks.
And they just seem to step up right at the perfect time. Stransky tried to thread the needle and just keeps working after the ball. I mean, her cardio conditioning.
Man, I wish I had that conditioning still.
We'll see if she can keep it up for the duration of the match. She has not checked out yet.
I can sprint for 20 yards, and I need a 10-minute break.
Yeah, we saw you after packing a few items up the stairs here.
I had half of the studio,
That was
sir.
a lot of wind being blown.
Nice pass. I mean, these through balls from Copley are phenomenal. Another chance.
And almost a shot from Young. Lexington doing a solid job that time of stepping up when necessary. But Cam Patterson and company start getting something going offensively. It's a team that struggled to score all season long, folks. Under 2 goals per contest for Lex. They've made their hay on the defensive side of things. But it's tough against a team like this.
Yeah, you needed them to have a perfect start. You know, they gave up the goal, but they equalized it. But you needed to play pretty much perfect from there. And, you know, a couple questionable balls that got through for the goals. And now it's, you know, a three-goal deficit. And I don't think has Lexington come back from a 3-goal deficit this season, because they've always kept it close. A lot of work to do.
They've only scored more than 3 goals in a match, I believe, twice on the year. A win against West Holmes on the road, and then also at Mansfield Christian. That was it.
Now, both those teams played in a district championship match as well, but this is the #1 team in the state you're playing now.
Back-to-back district titles for Copley. And 3 of the last 4 as that one sneaks through Worley, spills it out, and then cleans it up.
Yeah, just out of her reach. Good job by her, but on not colliding with the keeper as well after that.
Lexington just needs to start taking some of the power and energy from the fan zone and putting it to use out there on the turf. We see you out there on the Facebook and YouTube, all you Lexington fans. Keep bringing the juice. Love hearing from you. And for you, Trav, I know that probably you got a little bit of a rooting interest in this one, but you got to love the Copley uniforms. Kind of remind you of little West Virginia action?
Yeah, a little bit. But, you know, I think Copley people are still mad at me for my call when Shelby beat them in the regional semifinal at the buzzer.
Still a little bruised from that one, huh?
Yeah. I'm down here with the fans, if anybody know. I'm on the camera like we usually do. But a lot of people looking at me like, oh, that's that guy. I'm like, oh, well.
It's that guy.
I can take it, though, Brian.
Yeah, you tend to get a lot of those looks, so I'm sure you've adjusted by now.
Absolutely.
Lexington with a heavy touch there results in just a quick breakout. And it'll be corner kick number 2 on the way here for Copley. Got 10 shots already in the match. 6 of them have been on frame.
Nice ball.
Yeah, it was well struck.
Headed the wrong way, though.
Copley with so much poise when they have the ball, especially in the midfield, Trav. I mean, you see why this team unblemished on the year. As that one takes a hard skip into the chest of the birthday girl. Save number 4 for Molly tonight.
You know, Lexington also, they're a second half team. They scored both of their goals against Clear Fork in half number 2. So, you know, those adjustments by Coach Morton. See, you know, if they can keep it at 4-1 here, and they can make those adjustments to get back into this match.
Yeah, I'd love to have our soccer guru, Jesse Ryder, with us here tonight and just have him break down what type of adjustments can be made when you're really in a situation where you're banking on just putting together some counterattacks, hoping that you can have some big balls and bring it through the middle and have a couple of your girls up top make some plays. But that's not working right now, Travis. And I know that all it takes is just one ball to sneak through under a foot or something, but 3-goal differential at this point, so
yep, that's a little.
Probably do have to change up a little bit of the strategy for half number 2 if you're Buck and company.
And honestly, if you're still down 4-1 at the break, I mean, that's an own goal.
That's going to be a tough one for Lex to swallow right there. Take another look here on the Directions Credit Union replay. Workman can't clear it. Nice ball across the front there. Played in by Emily Karakis and off of the Minutemen into the net.
Well, I was about to say before that, I mean, honestly, in this round of the tournament, it doesn't matter if you lose 10-1 or 5-1, you should start taking chances because it might be the only way you get back into this.
Unfortunately, the problem with that is that you leave yourself susceptible.
Well, that's why I said either it could be 10-1 or 5-1. You stick with your defensive philosophy and not get a lot of chances and it finishes 5-1, or do you take some chances and maybe let up a couple goals?
Lexington with a nice flick off the head. But you see just nobody making runs up there, Travis, because
they know. Yeah, I mean, it's just such a fast, sound transition attack by Copley.
Nice carry ball delivered on time. Karakis tries to turn the corner, sets it back up, left foot off the cross. Lexington breaks it up.
And it's just so fluent, too. You don't see them tense up when they get down there close. Even if they're double or triple team, they just keep doing what, like we said in the pregame for the Keys, keep doing what you're doing. That's what they've been perfecting here tonight.
Here's Kate Young loading up with one, and Molly this time able to handle it. And there's been a lot of hot sauce being put on these big shots.
Yeah. A little Frank's Red Hot on there for you. Not that off-brand stuff, the spicy stuff.
Oh, Frank's is easily the best hot sauce in the game. Don't at me.
Agreed.
Texas Pete, we got to vote up here.
Well, we know our buddy Adam up there goes into the black market section of the hottest of the hot stuff.
Texas Pete, man. I'm the Texas Pete.
Yeah, anything too spicy, it just overpowers the food, and it's not worth it. Like, if you go to a wing shop and you decide, hey, I want the ghost pepper special,
right?
It just ruins, like, the next couple hours of your day, and then afterwards, after you eat it, it's got to find its way out eventually. It just, I don't understand people that enjoy it.
I know for a fact because I lost a bet with you a couple years ago and had to try the that Reaper sauce at B-Dubs.
Right.
Yeesh.
A little rough.
Yeah, it hurts. It literally hurts the mouth.
Thought we were going to get a late whistle there.
I know all the fans right in front of me wanted it. Nice shot, though. And it's, again, you think, no, they're not going to do anything, and they find holes, no matter how small, and get it right on goal.
So after the referee let them play on with the advantage, it does lead to a shot. 14th here of the opening half for Copley. They've had 50 shots in their last 2 matches coming into this one in tournament play. Their opponents, Travis, have only mustered 4 in those same games, and you see how just the dominating time of possession and how they're able to just take it out of your hands. They're playing with their feet. They're finding feet. A lot of quality players here, too, that can make some one-on-one awesome moves and just go right at you.
Yeah, and they don't give it up either. They control the ball. They play clean soccer, and rarely do you see a turnover by them. And that's going to be a corner.
Yeah, Warford playing it off the shin guards right there of Amaya Kaiser. So we'll get to see Allie Arnold trigger this one back in play. And they're going to play it short. They had Colleen Bauer just kind of sneaking out back there. Off of Workman, and Molly comes in, able to keep her feet in bounds.
Good job of toeing the line there, a little toe drag swag. The keep from the corner kick happening.
Down approaching the 4-minute mark here of this opening half. If you're just joining us, it was Copley scoring just over 7 minutes into the match. Lexington answered back about 4 minutes later, and the Indians have basically taken control ever since. Emma Stransky has been phenomenal. She's got 3 of the 5 goals. Stutz put the lone one in the back of the net for Lexington at this point. And they also have an own goal, does Lady Lex, so they've kind of hurt their own efforts as they have been on the defensive for basically the entire duration of this opening half.
And for this Copley squad, you continue to put shots on net and they're going to go in. That's exactly what's happened for them tonight.
This one's going to run out of bounds here on the near side. Quick throw in here for Lexington. And on those balls in the midfield, Travis, you just can tell that the Indians, I mean, they're going after 110%. There's a lot of watching right now with Lex, so you got to wonder if mentally they're checking out just a little bit, maybe doing a bit too much watching up top.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say 95% of the 50-50 balls have gone Copley's way because they just want it more.
Potentially a big opportunity here for Lexington. They did have a 3-on-3 brewing. And then right there, perfect case in point.
A great pass, too. Just that composure, too. You get stopped, a little bit of a joust there, and then you just reset and continue to get it on net. I think I just used a volleyball term in soccer.
That's okay. We can mix and match. Have it your way, Trav.
We will have volleyball this week, though, live and free.
Yeah, Thursday you're going to be seeing Monroeville Lady Eagles.
Back in a regional.
That's what they do, flying high again. And
5 straight regional appearances, actually.
Galleon Lady Tigers, they've also had a lot of tournament success here over the last couple of decades. We'll have their match as well. And we see that Will Perkins out watching. He's going to be playing tomorrow against Shawnee. So what's up to Will? Oh, great ball over top. Warford couldn't have a one-timer on it to put it in with Molly out of position. I thought that was actually going to sink in.
I did too, as you take a look at the Directions Credit Union replay, just over the keeper's hands. If that hits any part of her fingertips, that probably deflects in. So I think it was a better thing that it did not even touch the hand of the Lex keeper. Nonetheless, the 50-50 ball, again, won by Copley.
Nice job stepping in front that time by Workman, but taken right back by Karakis. She blasts one. It's going to be just a little bit wide, but keeping the pressure on here. That's what they've done the entire duration of this first half. just living in and outside of the attacking third, creating a lot of different opportunities for themselves with a crazy time of possession.
Yeah, I'd have to say, what, 90-10?
Got to be real close to that. See if Lex can get one last opportunity here. Doesn't look like they will. As the final 10 seconds melting away, and the #1 team in Division II, Sutton right now here at Worcester. They've got a 5-1 advantage over Lexington. They're looking solid. They're looking confident. And they look like they could be rolling back to the regional finals. We've still got 40 more minutes of action, though, to come here from Worcester, so stay with us. We've got the Sutton halftime report coming up as well. We will break down the statistics from those first 40 minutes, give you a little bit of analysis, and get you all set for half number 2. It's live, it's free, and it's right here on the OH Report.
We are a church that gathers together.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Casasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, he just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Casasa.
We are a church that gathers together, that builds up and reaches out. It grows together because we're all on a journey of faith. We don't slow down, give up, or rest. We don't stay within these walls. No, we pursue strategic impact in our world, in our communities, and it's not stopping anytime soon. So when we say we're a church that feels like family, we're not being exclusive. We're talking about you. At our church, you aren't just a number. We are for you. We are with you. You are invited to be a part of something bigger, something greater, something eternal, making a difference for the gospel alongside people who are for you. We aren't called to sit on the sidelines. We're called to join together to make Jesus known. Join us.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Be great.
Participate.
What's up, America? Brian Skoronsky here, and if you want to see me and the gang chop it up with some unintelligent conversation, we've got the show for you. Check out the OH Report video podcast every Monday, exclusively right here on the OH Report.
Welcome to the Sutton Bank halftime reports. Brian Skronsky here alongside Travis Berardi. And it's been a party down there for Copley. They're having a good time. They're having the run of play, and they're dominating right now, Travis. This team, coming into this match, we were trying to get a feel just from afar, reading some newspaper articles, taking a look at some of their statistics and their scores and their matchups, and maybe they played a weak schedule. Is this team not necessarily overrated, but have they been tested by a quality team like we see some pretty good girls soccer down in Richland County? Well, I think they've answered the call in all regards. They've got probably the 5 best playmakers out on the field, and Lexington really has
Absolutely.
no answer. Molly Worley would have had to have played her best match of the season. She's had 2 saves that went through her fingers. This was another tough one. I mean, those are hard ones, but if you're not making those in these big-time games, you're not going to give yourself a very good chance.
Well, along with the own goal as well, this could very well be 2-1, or it could very well be 7-1 at the moment. But like you said, Lexington needed to play a perfect first half. Even giving up a goal, they had the equalizer. You thought, hey, 20 minutes through this opening half, and we're tied at 1. But then the wheels started kind of falling off, and now they're 4 goals behind, only 40 minutes left possibly in their season unless they get something to change statistically as well. It's just been all Copley. They danced a foot loose. Well, they've let it loose with their feet tonight.
Here are the halftime statistics brought to you by Sutton Bank, and 17 shots for Copley. Lexington with just 1. And this has kind of been the standard for them during the tournament. Outshot Padua 25-1 in their previous match. They had 5 corners in that one, none for their opponent. In the district semifinal, 25 shots there, just 3 produced by Mentor in that one, and they had a 10-1 corner kick advantage. So you see everything favoring them right now, but definitely that possession, that's the big number right there, Travis. You can have a lot of good times when you're hanging on to the ball for 89% of the match.
Well, you hang on to the ball for 89% of the match and then shoot the ball 17 times. More likely than not, you're going to get 5 goals, especially with the accuracy that they have on net.
Yeah, they've definitely been taking their time, dissecting the defense a little bit, and of those shots, I mean, I'd really only say that there was about 3 of them that were from too deep, or maybe just wasn't the best idea or best opportunity at the time. Other than that, they're really doing a nice job, big precision, and getting into the box and unloading some really dangerous shots. I mean, it's tough to tell sometimes on the highlight just how much they're sizzling the bacon down there with these big time kicks that they're putting on Molly Worley in net. You can tell these girls, they know what they're doing. They're driving the ball, and they're putting a lot of pressure on the Lex defense.
Yeah, and that's what we learned, like you said, before the game. They won't settle for outside open shots. They will drive it in closer to the net and get a better looking shot, and that's what they've done all season. That's what they're doing tonight. Again, averaging about 6 goals per game. They're at 5 through 40 minutes.
And they're taking a shot every 2 minutes and 20 seconds right now. Lexington so far just producing the 1 opportunity. And so for them here in the second half, it's going to be interesting to see how much do you want to start moving bodies forward and getting more of an aggressive offensive culture going out on the field, because the counterattack game for Copley, it's fast, it's furious, and they're able to get big results out of it. So this is a tough situation for Lexington or any team, of course, being down by 4 goals. Do they have to mix it up and dive into the bag of tricks here in the second half for Coach Morton and his squad? Or do they just go with what got them here, keep trying to play strong, hard defense, and capitalize when you've got your opportunities?
I think the start here, they're going to have to take some chances. Down 4 goals, the way Copley plays, you need to get as many offensive chances as you can and quick. And if it doesn't work, then maybe you just go back, to another offensive game plan.
As we get set to start this second half that you can watch live and free, I would like to thank our generous sponsors that help make that the case for you, the fans out there in YouTube and Facebook land. Big shout out to Mechanics Bank. That's better. Sutton Bank, earn the cash reward of your choice for doing simple activities with Kasasa. Buck's Bar and Grill. Come visit Buck's and meet the new owner, Talia Hoke. I met her today. Nice lady. Buck's Bar and Grill, located at 192 East Main Street in Lexington, and offers delicious burgers, steaks, sandwiches, and unique entrees, such as a Creole mac and cheese, Trav. I know that's speaking your language.
Ooh.
Baker's Collision Repair, helping us out tonight. They set ourselves apart with the competition because of their passion to do the right thing so that their customers are safe and their vehicles are fixed exactly the way they're supposed to be. And by Directions Credit Union, proud supporter of Lexington soccer. Get great rates and rewards with no annual fee with the Directions Rewards Visa.
Well done, Brian. Well done. And I know you and your wife are well known over at Bucks. Did your wife not win a singing contest down there?
Yeah, she did. She had a lot of fans that showed up just like this, made some noise for her. And this girl's been making a lot of noise in the attacking third. Yet another shot put on frame. Emma Stransky, she's been the star.
And again, look, taking those extra dribbles and then getting lined up, but right at the goalkeeper.
So again, winning possession. Here's Emma, just trying to zip it right down the middle. Didn't get much traction, though. Lexington turned it away. Now, can they start getting the ball up to their playmaker, McKenna Adderholt? Try to let her get something going. It just feels like the passes are almost telegraphed at this point by Lexington because Copley, they're stepping up at the exact right time.
Well, also just looking at the two teams, Copley is just so much better at passing through here that these passes by Lexington look not even, up to that caliber. You see a little bit of a fog coming down now here in Worcester.
Yeah, it's a warm night and a whistle blowing as body's hitting the deck just outside of the 18.
Just a little accidental contact there, but it's going to be the first foul against Copley tonight.
Yeah, they've played clean in
both sides have, I think.
A lot of ways more than just one, Travis.
No.
You talked about their ability to pass, but then they're not even fouling. The fact that they're so aggressive getting to the ball, and that's their first foul of the night. Impressive.
Yeah, this is why they are #1 in Division II. Their lone, I don't even think you could call it a blemish, is the lone team that's ranked on their schedule is Massillon-Jackson, a 0-0 tie, and we have a stoppage that's out of bounds.
17 shutouts for Copley on the season heading into tonight. And they had such an unbelievable streak. They won on opening night 7-1, and then they didn't allow another goal, Travis, until last week. What?
Like I said in the open, this is something you have not seen much in girls soccer here in the state of Ohio. I know we covered, the Madison Lady Rams when they won a state championship. They didn't do that. They didn't come close to doing that.
Well, to be fair, and no disrespect to Copley's schedule, Madison's schedule that year was stupid.
That is a good point.
They play, the top teams from all over the state, regardless of division,
and
anytime,
they could
any
with
place,
the players
anywhere.
that they had.
And I think this team could too.
I do too. I would like to see them go up against a lot of Division I opponents. I know they're around here in the Akron area, the Cleveland area, but I would like to see them play some of those Columbus schools, like a Granville matchup would have been cool to see them in the regular season. Maybe even add a couple of the Richland County squads in there, Ontario, Clear Fork.
Because Copley, not too crazy of a far distance. They are located, I believe, right in the Akron area, just outside, maybe to the west of Akron.
Yeah, and they brought a huge crowd to that regional semifinal in basketball to Pete Henry Gymnasium.
Sure.
That 2-point loss to top-ranked Shelby. One of the great basketball games we saw last year. But their fans travel, and we see that again tonight. Very nice Copley crowd here at Fullis Field.
Yeah, definitely out supporting. Just a really dangerous, fun soccer team. And
great through ball. Wow.
Add another layer on the cake tonight for Emma Stransky. Goal number 4.
Wait. Offsides. Take it off the board. Offsides. That was a late whistle.
Oh, and that's the wrong call, too.
Yeah, that should have been a goal. That should have been a goal.
So, sorry, Emma. Just stuck on a hat
Still a
trick
beautiful
for tonight.
play. Still a beautiful play, though. And did you see how she let that ball travel a little bit further before collecting it?
This kid's special. I mean, they got about 3 girls up top here when you look at the likes of Karakis, certainly her. When she's had her opportunities, Warford, great-looking player, Kate Young, Brewer. I mean, they got quite a few girls that when they get possession of the ball, they're winning their one-on-one battles kind of routinely.
I will say this does remind me a lot like that Madison squad. You have a dynamic scorer like you saw with Taylor Huff. You have a lot of complementary pieces around that can do the same thing and just, crisp play. And another foul on Copley.
Well, you had mentioned that you'd like to see them play the likes of maybe a Granville or something. That's kind of looking on the horizon if they can get to that state Final Four. And for Copley coming up next, we saw the St. Mary Memorial, a winner over Maumee tonight. I believe 3-0 was the count in that one. So they'll play another state-ranked opponent, St. Mary's Memorial, number 10 in Division II.
Also Bay winning tonight. Another state-ranked squad. Top 5 squad moving on.
You see kind of a heavy fog starting to form out there a little bit. Just when you thought spooky season was over and you were turning the chapter and some folks already moving on to Christmas.
I know Mariah Carey is.
I'm hanging out waiting for my favorite holiday.
Stop by your house today, Brian, and all the Halloween stuff already collected and down.
Yeah, hey, well, once it's gone, buddy. You got to turn the page.
Surprised your wife hasn't put the Christmas tree up yet.
It might be going on right now as we speak. Actually, she told me this weekend that's her plan. And in my house,
it's okay. It's after. I mean, Christmas commercials already came on halfway through the Halloween
amazing
thing yesterday.
Isn't it?
The marathon they had, it's all Halloween movies. No, there's Christmas commercials in there, which I don't understand. At least wait till midnight.
Well, Christmas felt like it came early last night at First Energy Stadium. I'll tell you what, Travis.
Hey, good for you. I am happy for you as a fan. This is the first one you got to see up there, right?
Yeah.
So good. I'm happy for you, Ski.
Walked out dejected many times at that stadium, including 3 times this year. But hey,
that was a complete win too.
Yeah, that was fun. A lot of fun last night, and I was a little disappointed. I thought there'd be a lot more people in costumes. I would say maybe.
ESPN tried showing all of them. I turned it off because my fantasy football matchup was decided by half, but they did show a lot of fans dressed up. So maybe if you watch the second half of that game, you might be on there, Ski, you and Miss Jory. Ooh.
Yeah, one of my friends did message me and said that they thought they saw us in the back of the end zone after that Jacoby Brissett touchdown. So
there you go.
Hard to miss when you're dressed up like the Tiger King.
Second time you've made it on to ESPN.
That's right, baby.
The first with your wonderful voice on the top 10.
So Molly stepping up and making another save. It's going to be your second here in half number 2.
Ooh. And there's the foul on Lex.
Yeah, it's going to go against Macy Chambers. Knocked down Stransky, who's trying to make a move.
Now, I don't have a roster in front of me, Brian, but how many seniors are on this Copley squad?
Oh, let me get a head count here for you, Travis.
Thank you, sir.
Stransky is a senior. So is Warford. Megan Brewer on the back line is. So is Allie Arnold. Ashley Karakis. So I believe they have 6.
So those are all starters as well. So that does feel like that. You know, last year they won a district championship. Maybe they wanted more, and you know they fell. Oh, big shot taken there. Oh, oh, it doesn't look good.
Yeah, right into the belly of McKenna Arnholt, and she is down.
I mean, it wasn't anything bad, but wow, that was a monster rocket right into the midsection. I think it just knocked the wind out of her.
Sure.
But still, that hurts looking at it on the replay.
So we're about to see what happened to McKenna coming up here.
on the Directions Credit Union replay. Again, thanks to Directions Credit Union for being a sponsor for the first time tonight. And yeah, that's right in the stomach area. That takes the wind out of you at any time. It looks like she'll be all right.
So no goals scored yet here in the second half. We had one wiped off the board. And Mastransky thought she had her fourth.
And what I was saying, right, is that injury happened. You know, all the seniors that Copley had, last year they won a district championship. Maybe they wanted more out of it and got knocked off. And you think maybe this is kind of like a revenge tour with all the major victories they had, the big blowouts that they've had. They don't want to leave any doubt through this tournament run as they want to get down to lower.com stadium.
I mean, this has been a very successful senior class, and here's a shot. Karakis sends it wide, and there's the reaction from the bench. They were impressed. But you talked about last year, they made it to this round, regional semis, and were knocked off. 2020, lost in the district finals to Rocky River, a perennial great program in Division II. And
team
then
that Madison knocked off.
When these kids were freshmen, the seniors made it to the regional final. So trying to at least get to that point. Definitely on track to do so here tonight with a 4-goal differential and just totally handling possession.
And we haven't even really seen Lexington past maybe the opponent's 40-yard line on the football field here in this second half. So, I mean, they've done well defensively on limiting shots, but you're down 4 goals. You got to get something going offensively.
Yeah, I think for Lady Lex at this point, you just want to have a couple more stories to tell about the season here. You got to create some opportunities because it's been a long time. They got that goal in the 28th minute of the opening half, and they have not been able to get a single ball into the attacking third yet. We're talking about almost 40 straight minutes of gameplay, so definitely some building frustration out there for Lady Lex.
However, it's a story to say they're only the third team in 19-20 chances to score on this Copley squad. You may look at their goals against at the end of the season, 0.1, 0.2, and be like, hey, we're the reason why that's a little bit higher.
Karakis picks up the whistle, tussling that time with Aubrey Coleman. 2 big, strong, physical, talented players.
And again, it wasn't anything malicious by both sides. They're just, fighting for the ball. The referee just, didn't want it to escalate.
And I see that's what Scott Hamilton says out there, is just keep fighting, Lady Lex. Can't give up.
That ball rocketed. Woo! I think it hit the crossbar. I don't think it hit the football crossbar, but the regular one.
Yeah, this was a interesting-looking shot. Had nice trajectory.
It hit the back of the crossbar, yeah.
Sometimes those are hard ones for the keeper.
Yeah, because you think it's going to carry, and then all of a sudden it just drops right behind you. And that's what happened to Clear Fork in Lexington's 2-1 win in the district semifinal. They just lofted one up, and it went just over top of the keeper's hands into the back of the net, and it was the deciding goal for Lex's 2-1 victory.
Copley, after having no whistles in the first half, they've collected 4 here in the first 12 and a half minutes. And gives a chance for Lexington to start shuttling some bodies forward. As they do, hey, look, a couple touches is enemy territory, and that's it, Trav.
Yeah, great cutoff there on that pass. And I think you said it right earlier. It's like they're telegraphing it. Just,
I just think the anticipation skills for this Copley defense,
yes,
they're unmatched. I haven't seen a team that's been able to just frustrate an offense quite like this season.
And a frustrated 19 so far this year. This is the 20th. Only 3 goals given. That's crazy.
It almost doesn't even seem real.
No.
In the schedule, as we mentioned, they only played 1 ranked opponent this year, but I mean, still some quality teams in there. A lot of teams with winning records.
Yes. And those other matches, they didn't just win. Great header.
What a goal by Karakis.
Beautiful goal. That was as perfect of a ball that you could place there for a header.
And Ashley putting the dome on it right where she needed to. Check out this placement, though, folks. It is an excellent ball driven in there by Allie Arnold, right where it needed to be, in the clump, right in the mix. And that young lady, coming off back-to-back hat tricks in the tournament, gets herself on the board.
Yeah, that's absolutely where you want it. The back post coming right at the player's head, and she was standing there waiting for it. It's 6-1. But for Copley, yeah, they might not be playing all ranked opponents, but the teams they're beating by 7, 6, 8 points. There hasn't been a close match except for their 0-0 tie to Maslin Jackson. It doesn't matter who they play. I think this team could compete with the best in Division I easily with what they have. This has been a clinic tonight.
And they're definitely warming up the backups here, Travis. So looks like for these seniors, perhaps a few of them, that the work might be over for tonight, as they've done the necessary work.
Got to get ready for Saturday.
Oh, that ball nearly threaded through in there to Karakis, who ran into a triple team. And when the Indians have missed, it hasn't been by much. Very small margins. They measure their passes with great consistency.
Oh, another near perfect through ball.
But again, every single time Lexington goes to clear it, Copley's there. They're waiting. They're anticipating. They're stepping to the ball. And they're just making it happen. Good look at the captain there, Ashley Karakis. Just scored a couple of minutes ago. She's been tough to deal with in the box tonight.
Multiple players have been tough to deal with in the box tonight, Ryan. It's like they pitch a tent there in that penalty area. They go right at you.
Yeah, it's been their second home here tonight, hanging out in Lexington's 18.
I'd like to see a total shots allowed by Copley over the course of the season. It can't be that much.
And a lot of the credit, there's probably going to be a lot of, like, all Ohioans.
Oh, yeah, easily.
On this team for sure. Oh, what a ball. Stransky turning for the left foot, goes back post.
Wow.
Ridiculous. The hits just keep on coming for the Copley Indians.
That was a full 360. Like, nobody would expect that to go right corner.
And now we've got a running clock situation with the score being what it is.
She completely across the body to get that back post. Unbelievable.
And it appears that her night is through. The dynamic Emma Stransky.
Safe to say MVP, Brian?
She's got to be.
Yeah.
And
I mean, there's no question. I mean, look at this replay.
What a pass, though.
And look at the spit, like, across her body. I'm speechless.
I mean, nobody's got an answer for that.
No.
It's a group of people that have a hard time kicking the ball into the net with nobody in front.
Yeah,
can you kick? I mean, can you even on a normal shot get that into the net? I know you were a soccer player though, but
just in my younger years, gave
More
it
than
up
mine,
in 8th grade. Too much cardio for me. Have been getting in a lot more soccer in my diet these last couple of years, just playing with my daughter and some of the neighbor kids in the hood. It's fun. It's a lot more challenging than it looks. Since I have been getting in more work in my free time, it makes me even more impressed when I see just some of the niftiness that these kids have and how fast they're able to move with such precision As that's another lethal shot there from Emily Karakis.
Speaking of precision.
Just 5 shots here in the second half, though, for Copley. I say just 5, but when you've walloped for 17 in the first.
And allowed none here in the second half for Lexington. I mean, we know Lexington is going to put up a fight here, but I just don't think it's in the cards here in the last 21 minutes.
Well, like I said, at this point, you're really just playing, like, get another couple of memories, something you can talk about on the bus ride home. You just don't want to leave completely defeated.
Maybe be the only team to score more than 1 goal.
There you
Things
go.
like that, little small victories.
And you're probably going to have some opportunities. If they're going to start unloading the bench out here, and, ooh, look at that miss out there. That's pretty wild. It's just kind of like hanging, almost like a cloud. That's a neat shot down there.
Yeah, that's pretty. That is pretty cool.
So can Lexington start getting more on the attack? Can they find some angles? Can they get some confidence?
Now this will be our last girls stream, at least for our Richland County squads this year. Never too early to start talking about next year, but who would you think would be the, you're way too early top 4 coming into next year? You guys think teams like Lexington, Ontario, Clear Fork would, be bringing some players back?
Yeah, those are all locks. Ontario is definitely going to be the cream of the crop in Richland County again next year. They're really just losing Addie Turnbaugh.
Yep.
I think they only have like 3-4 seniors on the roster, and a couple of them are not regular players in the lineup. So that would definitely be number 1 for me. I think Clear Fork would be number 2. Lexington probably right behind them. And then, as far as a 4th team, how can you count out Zach Cuff and those Lady Rams? I'm sure they'll get something figured out.
And then, the Lady Flames, the Mansfield Christian. Never know what you can see with them. Crestview girls soccer, they're starting to be an up-and-coming squad as well.
But I tell you this, for this season, I want to see the team that's able to compete with this Copley squad. I'm going to keep an eye on them for the rest of the tournament, and maybe hopefully down the line get a chance to see them again. No disrespect to Lexington, but I'd like to see them clash with another like top 5 opponent,
Bay.
and see if they're able to have this type of discipline and just the killer instinct all over. They're winning at every position, every ball.
Yes. They made one mistake, and that led to a breakaway and a goal for Lexington. But other than one ball, 10 second segment of this whole match, it's been pretty much perfection.
Yeah, they've displayed so much creativity. Their ability to not just win the 50-50 balls, but then advance it with elite precision. It's really been fun to watch. I'm a lot more impressed than I thought that I would be.
Me too. I mean, I have never seen a soccer squad just perform like this for pretty much a full 80 minutes. Well, not 80 yet, but
closing in.
They turn on a switch and it stays on. That battery keeps going and going. It's like an Energizer bunny down there. They just continually go at you, and they wear down teams.
Yeah, how about Nimzura right there, just showing off the foot skills, just trying to go one-on-one. Didn't win the battle.
We'll get some more subs.
And basically a standing ovation. Ashley Karakis checking out for the final time tonight, we presume. Seniors had an awesome showcase. And the stretch for her and Stransky in this postseason, I mean, it has been nothing short of dynamite. I mean, you're talking about 3 goals each for them in the last couple of matches. Ashley has also handed out 3 assists over the last couple of matches. She's got another one here tonight along with the goal. And then you look at the 4 beautiful goals tonight for Stransky. I mean, there's a few of them that are going to go on the highlight reel. I'm sure she's
Easily.
had some
Well, that last one especially.
better ones, but hard to top. So now with some of the star players out for Copley, going to be interested to see if Lexington is able to start finding a little bit of momentum. Having to break up yet another good-looking ball, though.
Nearly the announcer jinx on you, Ski. There's Coach Hamilton.
Hammy.
Lexington basketball. I think they're going to be really good this year, too.
I think they're the team to keep an eye on in North Central Ohio. Matter of fact, I don't think it's close. They have so much size.
Speaking of basketball, started Friday.
Wow.
The officials start the practices.
Wow. Yeah, it comes quick.
Yeah. And, you know, it stinks Lexington football didn't make a run, but it means the basketball team can get going immediately.
Well, but the soccer team.
Oh, this is true. You know what? You are absolutely.
Yeah, Hemi was telling us, though, we talked to him a little bit on Saturday, that the good thing about the soccer team is that he said probably there's an even split between like freshmen, JV, and varsity that's still playing right now. So at least it's not like overwhelming for the varsity team. They're not missing out on too many key components, but definitely a couple.
Yeah, there's gonna be some fun basketball to be watched in North Central Ohio this season. We're gonna be here for you to show it.
Just everything working out for Copley as Kate Young now having a carry, poked away last second, but they just recover in an instant.
Wow.
Now Arnold brings it back to her.
Nutmeg the ref. He's going to stop and give them a restart here.
Yeah, we're going to get a drop ball situation. It's going to be slung shot over into the corner by Arnold. Now set up with the left-footed shot off the post.
Just how cool and collected was she there? 3 defenders around her, just took her time, collected herself, and then just peppered the post.
Yeah, that was Nemzura, who we've seen with some fancy foot movements here lately. And another cool look just at the fog that's kind of formed here at Fallis Field. It's, I know that Halloween was yesterday, but definitely it's got a little bit of an eerie vibe out there. It's kind of cool.
Let's take a look at Coach Morton hugging the senior keeper, giving her a well-deserved final checkout here.
Yeah, Molly's definitely been tested a lot tonight. She had a couple saves that I know that she would love to have back, and you just never know. This has been pure domination, but at the same time, you know, a couple of those goals early on that made it like 2 to 1.
Quicksand.
It's tough. It's tough when you bury yourself that quickly. You don't know. The longer that you can just hang around, that's what Buck was telling me before the match. If we can just sit back, play defense, and just hang around in this thing, and they were unable to do that with the onslaught. I mean, there was, I believe, a 4-minute stretch where Lexington allowed 3 goals.
Also, what a move. After Lexington tied it, you thought, okay, maybe this might be the night. They got the equalizer. They scored on a very good defense. Can they keep it going? But then, you know, Copley just kept peppering them, kept doing what they've done all year, and now it's a 6-goal differential.
Got a message here, and according to Greg Atkinson, assistant coach over at Ontario, he feels like Bay probably could push Copley a little bit. Could be a fun match on the horizon, but he feels like Waynesville, also undefeated, they're the number 2 team in the state. He thinks that they're kind of on a collision course. They've both been very, very dominant, and that's the game
So kind
to
of
potentially keep an eye on.
Kind of like a Granville Madison a couple years ago. Copley, another shot on net, just wide. It's the Lady Indians, the backups, still looking to get on the board.
Yeah, and this is exciting. Whenever you're able to put in like some of your sophomores and spell out your starters, and you're still having this level of activity.
This full, yeah.
Wow.
You want to get? If I was put in there late, I'd want to try and get a goal in a regional semifinal. I mean, it's nothing like they're trying to run up the score or anything like that. It's just you want to get a goal too. You want to join in on the fun.
Yeah, it's a tough situation for these really dominant teams. I just saw it as this one's from distance finding its way, and Gabby Nemzura, the senior from distance.
Well, it's one of those balls that, the keeper, it's tough to judge because it seems like it's just going to go over the net, and then just at the last second it drops. Perfect ball.
And you look at some of these scores from the tournament trail for them at the districts. They won 9-1 and 8-0. I mean, this is par for the course right now for Copley. This is what they've been doing. It's another look. I mean, that's beautifully timed. Yeah. Even better execution. Look at the placement. Stunning. And then basically takes a bow.
I think she was kind of mind boggled that went in from that distance. I mean, we had a 45-yarder go in a couple years ago, but 35 yards is pretty darn impressive as well.
Yeah, especially that top shelf placement too.
Mm-hmm.
Those
8-ball corner pocket.
Now under 10 minutes remaining in the match. Lady Lex been overpowered from the jump. They've possessed even less in this first half, or in this second, than they did in the first, where they just had it for 11% of the activity.
You just want to see Lexington finish this match out going 100%. Just try and get back into Copley's end. Don't give up any more goals. Finish it with some pride. And they've been, I mean, we're not saying Lexington has not tried, or it's just Copley is such a good squad that they could beat 95% of teams in the state the way they play soccer.
Well, so far they've beaten basically 100% of the teams that they've played.
Division 1, 2, and 3. I think this is one of the best teams in all three. I always wondered after the season if you got the state champions playing like a championship, little bracket to see who is the best in the state.
Yeah, this is something that I brought up for basketball. I think after the state championship weekend that they should run it back, bring back all 4 champs, and just do a round robin. Just randomly draw names out of a hat and then put them together. Now, unfortunately, in soccer, there's only the 3 divisions, so it'd make it a little bit more challenging. But
have the coaches vote who gets the bye.
Good point. Maybe.
Or have them vote on the next best runner-up.
Too much politics.
I don't know. I'm just saying I would like to see a tournament like that.
Yeah, there's got to be a way. Got to be able to figure something out.
I think it would be a very great matchup. That I keep telling them, but that Madison squad against this squad, I'd pay money to watch it.
I just fell in a small rabbit hole. It came up on my time hop on Facebook, a 2019 match that Madison won. I'm trying to think. I don't think it was Rocky. No, it wasn't the Rocky River match. But
was
Madison,
it the game up in Toledo?
No, no, that was the next year.
Okay.
This was a 3-0 win by Madison. Dang it, I just watched it and my brain can't remember who it was, but some of the highlights that Taylor Huff put on, not that I really forgot how talented she was, but some of the moves that she did, it was shocking. I mean, it's been Stransky-esque for sure. Like, just dribbling through traffic, setting up left foot, right foot, doesn't matter.
Well, that was Taylor Huff against St. Mary's Memorial the year they did win it in the regional championship. She just dribbled through 4 or 5 defenders, faked out the goalie, and then just put it into the back of the net. That actually put them ahead for good in that regional championship match. But that was her. She came up with clutch goal after clutch goal throughout that run. And then Nevaeh Lewis in the championship finished it off.
Yeah, I would love to see Nevaeh make a return to soccer next season as a senior. She's one of the most gifted athletes that we've had in North Central Ohio right now.
Not named Shelby Grover.
Yeah, Shelby's a freak.
Think she'd be good at soccer?
I think she would be good at anything that she tried. If you give her a few practices, I truly feel like she's one of those people. And there's a lot of them out there where just it doesn't matter. You know, if it's a poker game, ping pong, golf,
badminton,
no matter.
We need a badminton net down at the studio. I think we'd have a good time playing that.
If we get much more fog out here, Travis, I think the mystery machine and the gang are going to pop out of the woods.
Zoinks.
What's going on out here?
We've reached that part of the night, folks. What else we got going on this week, Brian?
What if Buck Morton actually takes off a mask and it wasn't Buck Morton all along? What if it's really...
If it wasn't for you crazy kids, I'd get away with it.
Here, let me pull up the schedule so I don't forget. We got some stuff going on.
We do. Starting tomorrow, a couple more soccer matches.
Yeah, so tomorrow, folks, if you're interested, we've got Lexington again. Minutemen fans, we're going to have number 9 Lex taking on Lima Shawnee in what's become a really fun tournament rivalry. That's going to be live and free at 7 p.m. from Lima Senior High School in the regional semifinals. Mansfield Christian going to be taking on number 9 Ottoville at 6 p.m. That one is at Tiffin.
Welcome back to the regional, Mansfield Christian.
Good for them. It's been a couple of years. I don't think they've been there since, what, 17?
Yeah.
It's been a handful, so for them, that's a slump.
Was that the state semifinal played at Lexington that year?
Yeah, I think that's right.
Central Christian and PK.
I think, you know what? I'm going to count that as a shot. So that's going to be 2 shots now for Lexington. Let's check it out again. You can kind of see it through the fog. And more standing ovations as a lot of gifted players checking out here for Copley. The latest, Sydney Leach.
Anywho, we got some soccer tomorrow, and then
Thursday. Yeah, Thursday we're going to have Monroeville versus Canton Central Catholic.
Can't wait for that.
That's going to be a live stream. We'll also have a highlight of the Galleon versus Fairbanks volleyball match. And then Friday night.
Football Friday
Oh,
night.
we got some big ones.
Woo.
How about the rematch between Colonel Crawford and Carey? That was unbelievable. And
shot on
check
net.
this out. 2 more shots. Second on net now for Lex.
Carey Crawford, got to be the game in the state. I cannot wait to watch that
It's a big
again.
one. Yeah, that's going to be huge. Patrick Henry at Crestview will also have that live. Defiance is at Mansfield Senior. Clear Fork traveling up to Elyria Catholic. Are we going to have it live? Yep. And guess what? Hillsdale at Danville.
You and I.
Oh.
You and I. We love the big games down in KMAC country.
So those are going to be fun. And we wanted to do the West Holmes St. Mary's Memorial game. They said they don't have press box room. Too many people care about that one. They couldn't give a spot to us? That's okay. We got
we have
6
enough.
other games. We're
we
good.
do.
We're good.
And then hopefully Saturday we'll have some streams as well, depending on what our volleyball and soccer squads do.
Yeah, that's right. If Lexington boys are able to advance to a championship for regional, we'll definitely have coverage of them. Same for Mansfield Christian boys and those Monroeville Lady Eagles. If they fly into the regional finals as they did a season ago, the defending champions.
They got it. They got a shot, Brian. They are a juggernaut. You think they lost 2 All-Ohioans, they would drop down. Nope, they bring in 4 more freshmen that have easily filled the holes.
Yeah, looking forward to checking that one out on Thursday nights.
A rare 2-camera volleyball shoot as well.
Yeah. I was actually on a couple last week where we had Lexington.
A lot of Lexington coverage, too. I'm glad we got to cover the Lady Lexi and the Minutemen this year.
Yeah, definitely. We love the tournament time when we can have them on the live streams. It's great. And hopefully in the future, we can get them in the regular season. That's the goal here on the OH Report. We'd love that.
Another great pass ahead. Good defense, though. I can't say it enough, Brian, that Copley is just outstanding, an outstanding soccer squad. And I understand why, you know, even if they didn't play only one ranked team, they deserve to be number one. Just the play overall as everybody, all 11 on the pitch at one time, just playing as one, crisp passing, you know, rocket shots off their feet. Just an outstanding night once again for the Indians.
I mean, when you have 16 straight shutouts,
you're
kind of special.
Absolutely, great squad they have here,
and
they play with poise too. It's not like cocky either. They're just here for business.
And mission accomplished. Yeah. These backups too. These kids are holding their own against the Lexington starters.
And that might be just a future glimpse at what's to come the next couple years for Copley soccer.
Their dynamic best playmakers, though, are the seniors on this roster. Got a handful of them. They've been dynamite tonight. And we're going to catch up with Emma Stransky after the match. She is going to be our Baker's Collision MVP.
Oh.
Lexington trying to sneak one in the closing seconds. But their season will come to a close here at Worcester. 8-1, the top-ranked Copley Indians roll into the regional championship. As Lady Lex getting here for the first time in a dozen years, at least setting a new benchmark. We'll step aside. We'll be back with our Sutton Bank postgame. Travis and I will give you our thoughts on tonight's contests. Got some final stats for you. And again, we're going to have an interview with that senior stud with the 4-goal performance. That's all on the way after this.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great. Participate!
Number one receiver coming from the Shelby Whippets, Isaiah Ramsey.
He's caught our attention over here, and we're certainly going to keep an eye on the Willard flashes.
We will see you next week on the Stat Leaders, brought to you by Spitzer of Mansfield.
Welcome into the Sutton Bank post-game reports. Big win here tonight for Copley, 8-1 over Lexington. They are moving on to the regional championship match in Division II. I believe they're going to be playing up at Bowling Green High School and definitely will be taking on St. Mary's Memorial, the number 10 team in the state, as it's the number 1 team in Division II, rocking and rolling tonight. I'm Brian. Travis is with me. Just quick thoughts on what we just saw here, Trav.
Copley put on a clinic. Lexington, they tried to stick with it for the first 20 minutes of this match. It looked like, hey, Lady Lex, they might have a chance to pull off something tonight. But then Copley did what they have done all season long. They kept peppering the ball on the net, getting in, got a couple breaks, couple off of the goalie's hands, another own goal to take a good lead into the break, and then they just finished things off in the first 20 minutes of the second half. This is just one of the most impressive soccer squads I've seen in the last couple of years.
Yeah, there's no question about it. It's a special group, a lot of talent, great playmaking, and just the ability to control possession unmatched on any game that we've had so far this season, as you will see in the final stats presented by Sutton Bank. 91% of the action owned tonight by Copley, as the Lady Indians took control of the match almost immediately. They've had 75 shots in their last 3 outings here in tournament play, Travis, and I think you presented it correctly when you said they put on a clinic. If you're trying to be a big-time soccer program, watch the way that these young ladies work the ball around the field, how they make their runs, how they communicate, everything about what they did tonight. Special, another level. Lexington had to learn that the hard way.
Absolutely, and, near perfect on the stat lines as well. 25 shots, 14 on goal, 8 goals, only 1 offside that didn't look like it was an offside, should have made it 9-1. The fouls, 2-4-2, those weren't any, those were kind of 50-50 fouls as well. So they played a pretty darn good match. And if you put turnovers in there as well, I don't really think they had any unforced errors. They were just very crisp, going feet to feet on their passing. A lot of great through balls as well that set up some good opportunities. And Lexington, they put in their, hats off to Lexington, their first regional in quite some time. Like I said, they had it tied early on, but it's just, it was just an overmatch by Copley, just outmatched. Great effort by Lexington, but the best team easily won tonight.
Solid season for Lex. Theirs will come to a close, 11-6-3 overall record, and this team, a little bit of a Cinderella story. They were the number 3 seed in the district, had to upset the 5-time defending champions in a penalty shootout to be able to get to the point where they would take on number 1 Ontario for the championship after knocking off Clear Fork, and they needed extra time again. So our hats off to Lady Lex, getting back to the round of regionals for the first time in 12 years and overcoming some adversity, knocking off some big-time teams. But this is a different type of animal that we saw here. This Copley squad, really, really special. And just to recap kind of how the game transpired here tonight, Emma Stransky, unbelievable performance by her. She put them up 1-0, but then we had a quick answer and we thought, hey.
That was the point where you thought, okay, Lexington, they scored the equalizer. It's tied 1-1, only the 3rd goal given up. Maybe, just maybe, we have some more magic here at Follis Field by a Lexington squad.
Olivia Stutz, in the 28th minute, tied it up 1-1, and we're thinking, hey, this is the game plan, the Buck Morton and his crew. This is what they've been developing throughout the tournament, and it's worked. They've won every match so far 2-1, just taking advantage, capitalizing on the counterattacks. But then from there, Stransky made it 2-1 about 6 minutes later, and then the onslaught happened. Arnold with a goal in the 16th minute. Stransky with another one less than a minute later. There was an own goal by Lexington a few minutes later. And then in the second half, Karakis, she got one, Stransky with another one, and then we saw that awesome goal to cap things off by Nemzura. I mean, there was a lot of really quality goals scored here tonight. Some exciting soccer, but that young lady right there definitely was the shining star. She is coming up to come talk with us with our post-game MVP. So as soon as Emma gets up here, will make it happen. We're now here with our Baker's Collision Player of the Game. Unbelievable performance tonight by the senior Emma Stransky. 4 goals for you. You had one wiped out, too, that we watched the replay. You actually weren't offsides. Should have had a 5-piece tonight, but a big quality effort from you and this team. I just want to start first with the possession. We had you guys down for 91% of the action tonight. You controlled. This has to be the best performance that I've seen from a team. Has this kind of been the MO? Is this how you guys are beating up on folks, is just keeping possession of the rock?
Yeah, that's our motto. You know, keep possession, start in the back, work the way forward, and then just let the magic happen in the final third.
Yeah, you guys got a lot of magic up top. Obviously, you and a couple of your other attackers, you're really creative and you have good flow and you work well with one another. How long have you and some of these other forwards been playing with one another? Has it been since childhood?
Oh yeah, we played for our city's youth program. We've been playing together since 7, 8 years old. I can't speak for everyone else, but there was we've been playing together for a really long time. So.
Yeah, 16 straight shutouts at one point this season. Emma, when you're on a streak like that, it's got to feel like almost like it's not real, but when you're just beating down the opponents like that. Describe the season to me so far.
It's been unreal. Like you said, you know, it just felt like we were kind of gliding through games at one point. It didn't feel real. You know, we started at the beginning of the season and now I'm here. It feels like we completely skipped September and October, but that's just us taking it one game at a time. So.
What I like most about you guys, aside from the possession, you had 25 shots tonight. I see that you had 25 in each of your previous 2 matches, but you don't settle. You guys, you're so crafty with the ball, and you're making sure that you're getting quality looks inside the 18 when you can. Tell me about just having the discipline and then also the creativity, because you girls, you try to thread a lot of passes in through there, the 18, and a lot of bodies in there, and you make a lot of it happen, too.
Yeah, we're hungry. We give 100% and 110% every game, every minute, every second of every game. We're striving to do something that this program has never done before. So, yeah.
When you guys showed up at the field tonight, too, tell me about the pregame and the little dance party you do.
Yeah, no, we've been doing that for, 4 or 5 years now. We're a little superstitious before every game. But, yeah, it gets us dialed in. But, yeah, just pregame rituals, superstitions.
I think all good teams have a little bit of superstition. Yeah. So you guys are moving on. You're going to get to take on number 10, St. Mary Memorial, in your next round matchup on Saturday. Was the expectation for this team this season heading into the campaign to kind of be in this position when you're playing for regional championships?
I would say at the beginning of the season we didn't really look this far ahead. We knew that we were going to be good. You know, I walked into our open fields and there was a lot of talent. I knew that we were going to go far. I didn't know how far specifically, but we took it one day at a time.
Well, you're here now, moving on to the regional championship, still undefeated, the number 1 team in the state. Emma, last thing here. If you want to give a shout-out to anybody who's watching, go ahead, show some love.
Yeah, my aunt actually is here from Roatan. This is the first time I've seen her in 5 years, so that's who I would really like to dedicate this game to, for sure.
Wow, that's awesome. A really cool story right there. Hey, congratulations. Awesome performance. We're definitely going to be keeping an eye on you for the rest of the tournament.
Thank you.
All right, Emma Stransky, our Baker's Collision MVP. Huge game for her. Yeah, you can go party with your friends now, Emma. Thanks a lot for the time. Awesome stuff right there. All right, we'll bring in Travis. Just final word here before we shut it down, man.
Such a well-versed athlete Emma is. I mean, she's I'm rooting for them the rest of the way. They're just such a great squad, just taking care of business night in and night out, and she's one of the main reasons. Such a great leader out there, and you know that nothing but best of luck for Copley the rest of the way, and also for Lexington. You know, what a great season for them. You know, might have started off a little bit slow, but the way they finished, upsetting back-to-back state-ranked squads, knocking off the reigning defending district champions as well. You know, it's been a dream season for them as well. So, you know, great season for Lexington and for Copley. the ride continues, and nothing but the best for them as they try and get another state or their first ever state championship.
Yeah, I'm going to be really surprised, honestly, if they don't end up making it down to Columbus. We'll see what stands in their way with St. Mary's Memorial and if the Rough Riders are able to give them a game. That is going to wrap up our coverage, though, tonight from Worcester High School. I want to give one last shout-out to all of our generous sponsors who help bring you the coverage live and free, as always, on the OH Report, including Mechanics Bank, Buck's Bar and Grill, Baker's Collision Repair, Directions Credit Union, and Sutton Bank. Got to thank our staff here on the OH Report for helping make the game happen, including our producer, director, Adam Thompson. Storm Blunchley had all of your sideline camera shots tonight. Travis Berardi doing double duty, running
First time
top
ever.
cam.
It was fun, actually. I enjoyed it.
And now he's getting some candy thrown at him. Hopefully you can catch it in your mouth. Let's see. Is he a talented athlete like Emma?
I caught it.
Oh.
Fair catch. That hit the chin, but I caught it again, so at least it's still edible.
Still edible. Yeah, I'm going to try one here. Oh, right off the tongue. Oh, man. So for Travis and the crew, I'm Brian. Thanks for watching. Catch us on a couple soccer live streams. Mañana.
We'll see you tomorrow.